Hey, what's up guys? Welcome
Hello!
Welcome to this very special video from R Square Studios, me, Paul Dalton.
And me, Tom Boyle.
This is a special video because, as you might have gathered, we are wrestling fans, and this is our look, preview, predictions at this Sunday's WWE pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. Now, as of this recording, we're recording this on Friday, and not the entire card, at least we hope it's not the entire card of the pay-per-view, is available online. We're going by WWE.com, not looking at any dirt sheets or anything. So we're going to go through the matches they have advertised, give our predictions and thoughts going into these matches that they've got coming in the pay-per-view. We'll start, all the matches they've got advertised, I think they're going to be solid matches, I think I'm right in saying.
Yeah, fair enough point.
Obviously some less important than others, so with no disrespect to the people involved, we'll start at the lower end of the card with the Divas title match. And you know why I say
before we do it, that's the thing, while we've got this up and everything, it's one point we've been meaning to raise, but I think they get super banana cast. Doing pay-per-views like Money in the Bank, like Hell in a Cell, is a stupid idea.
Oh yeah.
The pay-per-view concept of making a match the name of a pay-per-view kills the gimmick.
Yeah, an elimination chamber, yeah.
It makes the match have less impact.
Yeah, it really devalues the stip, and we can talk about that more in detail at another time. That's a great idea for a topic for us to cover at some point. Probably not in a banana cast.
I'm sorry, but I got the idea from Edge on Jericho's podcast the other day.
There you go.
Because Edge made exactly the same point.
Well, it's something the O-Show were talking about years ago. It devalues the stip, but we'll come to that at another time. So we'll start, like I said, with the Divas match. We've got Paige defending the WWE Divas title against... who is it?
Naomi, one half of the Funkadactyls.
Oh yeah, that's
because
right.
the other one's being a bit heelish and being a bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
So in other words...
What the camera can't see is I've got it on the screen behind me, I've got it on the TV, but I was looking for the writing behind because I did not recognise her for the life of me because I never got in a Pro display. The Funkadactyls even less so. Basically, I don't know...
She's married to one of the Usos, I think.
Right. She looks like she's been making out with Poison Ivy with the green lipstick. It's Paige all the way.
Unless they're going to play the swerve and set the Funkadactyls off in an implosion. That's the only X factor for me.
I don't think you do that over the belt. I think you have them implode and then the winner goes off and
you have
for the belt.
Paige goes over due to a smalls between the Funkadactyls setting them off on an angle.
Alright, yeah, that makes more sense.
That's the way I see it going. If they don't go that way, they're stupid. Because put it this way, Paige dropping the belt's a bad idea at this moment.
And now Brodus Clay isn't even employed. There's no point in having him stay as the Funkadactyls because there's no Funkasaurus.
Yeah.
So, and Paige is fantastic. She's come on leaps and bounds since NXT and going to WWE at the main roster. So,
I mean, put it this way, you could sit that belt on Paige, like they did with AJ, you could sit it on Paige for ages and no one would bat an eyelid. People would be happy to watch the matches.
Yeah, because she's great in the ring, she looks fantastic, everything she does is believable as far as women's wrestling goes in America.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's not the believable sort of like Japanese style, but they beat the shit out of each other, they're tougher than the guys in Japan. But as far as women wrestling goes...
Heavier than the guys in Japan.
For the most part, yeah, Bull Nakano, I'm looking in your direction, sort of. So, I think Paige.
Yeah, Paige. And, as I say, my view on the WWE at the moment, the only real one up there work rate wise, who's sort of like on a level with Paige, is Alicia.
Yeah.
Put it this way, keep an eye on TNA contracts, get Gail Kim back.
Yeah.
That division needs a lot more people on that level.
You imagine Gail Kim versus Paige for the Divas title.
Because TNA's just got interesting on the women's side as well. Taryn Terrell's back.
Well, we're getting off topic.
I'll just make the point. Terrell's back. Brooke Tessmacher's back.
Yeah.
Gail's got the better. Gail's back. Madison's back.
Well,
yeah.
At some point we are going to do a wrestling-centric actual episode of something or other. This is just a quick preview predictions of Money in the Bank. Please try to stay on topic.
You know what it's like. We can't help tangents.
I'm trying to. Right. So Paige for the women's Divas title. Next we have the WWE Tag Team Championship match. The
2P belts.
Yeah, the copper titles. The Usos versus the Wyatt family. This one I'm not sure. The Usos seem to be losing a little bit of steam, but the Wyatts aren't much without Bray Wyatt, who's in the title match that we'll talk about later on, if I can't see them having the tag titles without the WWE title as well around Bray Wyatt's ample waist, and like I said,
you have to wear both belts clipped together, wouldn't
exactly. And we're going to do that.
For me, it's the Usos going over for that exact reason.
Yeah,
it is a simple case of Harper and Rowan as a tag team. Fair enough. If they weren't associated with Bray, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd say the Usos are going to hold them to about SummerSlam when they bring I reckon they bring the Ascension up to the main roster from NXT.
Maybe they might hold off on that a little bit, give them a bit more time in NXT, because we've just had Stardust debut, and she's been getting over. You know, Cody Rhodes has now done like Goldust style attire to team with his brother, because Cody and Goldust have been tagging for a while. I can see maybe SummerSlam, Goldust and Stardust becoming the tag team champions, maybe them facing the Ascension later on down the road.
Yeah, well, that's it.
I think the Wyatts are there because they needed someone to fill the gap until basically the testing the watch to see how Stardust gets over, and if people really gravitate towards Stardust, and because everyone loves Goldust.
Yeah.
And they already liked Cody. They weren't really doing much the Stardust thing. If people like it, push him to the moon.
Mm.
That's my personal thinking of it anyway.
Well, I still say the best way to go with the tag division going forward is bringing the Ascension up to the main roster.
Yeah.
Because tag team wise, they've got the Dusts.
Yeah.
You know, they've got the contents of the Dustpan. The Usos, the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Ryback's. No one gives a rat's ass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean,
one of the we'll touch on another injury in a minute, but one of the Matadores is injured, and they're not over enough to be tag champions anyway.
No, exactly. The comedy, you know, you throw them in there if you're fourth for a four corners tag match.
Yeah.
You know, it's Mick Foley and Hornswoggle. You know,
yeah.
they're not winning the tag titles anytime soon. In fact, I think their little bull is more over after the stuff he's been doing with Hornswoggle, like the WLC match and all that stuff. So. Yeah, the Usos.
Yeah.
Keep it on them. Next, the actual Money in the Bank contract match. This is the winner gets a shot within the next year, anytime he wants, at the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight title.
Let's play a process of elimination.
Right. In this match, we have Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, both formerly members of the Shield. Bad News Barrett potentially. We'll get to that in a second. RVD, Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, and Jack Swagger. And I say potentially Bad News Barrett because this past Tuesday on SmackDown, as we're recording this on Friday. SmackDown is about to go on air.
It's actually Thursday.
It's Thursday, you're right. Sorry. SmackDown won't air for another 24 hours yet. But Bad News Barrett injured himself at the SmackDown tapings. Apparently separated shoulder. They're running some additional tests. We're not sure if he's actually going to be able to compete on Sunday. So he might not even be in the match. And if he is, I would not expect him to go over, for the fact he's working hurt, and you don't know how long he's going to be able to work hurt, you know, with that briefcase on him.
And
although
he's holding the IC belt
anyway. The Continental Championship. But, saying that just popped in my head, he could win the briefcase and disappear and get surgery, and come back right away as a main eventer by cashing in. What a return from injury, cashing in your briefcase. It's like when John Cena won the Royal Rumble in 2008, he still wasn't 100% hurt. You know, so he didn't go over at the No Way Out pay-per-view in February. You know, he cashed it in early. It was kind of, it should have just been a stopgap. You know, Cena's not really back. He's just there to boost the ratings until Mania. And because he won the Royal Rumble, he didn't have to work another match until Mania.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why they had him do it at No Way Out, because he wasn't really back. He wasn't winning the title. You know, against Randy Orton. And I think they could do something very similar, because we were saying earlier, Barrett always gets so close to being on the cusp of greatness, being a really big player in WWE, and then something bad happens.
Like the broken arm at the cusp of the Nexus going huge.
Yeah, exactly. Right before the Nexus really took off big, and then the core was kind of getting there, and then it kind of fell apart at the same time, because I think someone had a little... There was a kind of wellness policy violation.
It proved out that Justin Gabriel really was a high flyer.
Yeah. But so the core fell apart, and then a couple of badly timed injuries for Wade Barrett. that's how bad news Barrett came about. I knew he was injured and they wanted something to do with him.
Yeah.
Just showing up and doing that. Decorum!
Yeah, but we're afraid we've got some bad news. He ain't winning the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Unfortunately. I'd love it if he did, and there's things he could do with it if he did, but like I said, I don't think he will. Right,
the other one I say he's definitely not winning it is Kofi Kingston.
Yeah,
because they have done nothing with him for about 7 months. In fact, they've done nothing big with him since the stuff in the garden with Orton.
Yeah, and because that's the thing. It's one thing to have not been pushing them, but it needs to have been. The losses need to have been bigger. If he was having, the losses, there's meaningless losses that he's been having. If they were bigger, you could do a kind of get my act together, kind of. All right, now I'm going to give it all I've got and get the briefcase.
Which leaves us
like CM, we've seen me doing with CM Punk when he first won the briefcase.
Yeah.
His loss here, the briefcase. With Kofi, I'm not even sure how he's still employed. I love Kofi Kingston. He's energetic as all get out, but they're not doing anything with him, and I don't think they have any intention of doing anything with him. Especially
I think the reason they keep Kofi around is the same as another guy in this match. He can make anybody look like $1 million.
Yeah, he looks great in the ring. He makes his opponents look great, and he's happy. He's smiling. He's a good. Not a poster boy for the company or a face of the company.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy to debut a new heel against. That's why they keep him around.
I mean, he's a good role model for the kids. I mean, he's fairly clean. He's clean living. He's always happy and smiley, and he's the fact he's black helps as well. He's not our truth. He's not Crime Time. He's not Booker T. He's not speaking gangster and that's all that stuff. He's just this happy-go-lucky guy.
I just remember that. It's just when you mentioned about the way Kingston speaks. It's just like, hey, hang on a minute. Are you supposed to be Jamaican?
Yeah, exactly. Kofi Kingston. So
that leaves us with.
So Kofi Kingston ain't going over.
So that leaves us with Rob Van Dam.
No, we're not going over.
Jack Swagger. Which leaves us with the 3 that might.
Jack Swagger. Nah, it ain't happening. So it leaves us with Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Dolph Ziggler.
Put this way, everyone is expecting Ambrose or Rollins, but the clever thing to do here is pull the trigger on Ziggler.
That's true. To quote Father Mulcahy, when the money's split on the favourites, bet on the outsider.
Yeah.
And Dolph Ziggler is, because he's been so close to it. I mean, he's a former world champion already.
Yeah. But, he works fantastic.
He always seems so hesitant to pull the trigger on him. Maybe because some people keep saying he looks like Billy Gunn or Mr. Perfect or whatever. It's like, that's not a bad thing. Mr. Perfect he's in the Hall of Fame. Billy Gunn, I love Billy Gunn. Great worker.
Yeah. Probably one of the best that was never world champion. We've always said that.
One of the best never to beat the world champion. Billy Gunn definitely could have been. And Dolph Ziggler certainly can be. He bumps he's gay for bumps. He always, like he's been hit by a car. That's why he's like Kofi Kingston. He's a great person.
Like I said, there's another one in this match that he's very like.
Yeah. To be a good heel, I guess. And in a ladder match, Dolph Ziggler's going to be taking some fucking sick bumps off these ladders.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, they're all going to go all out. Let's face it. I mean, RVD, this guy's Mr. ECW. Kofi Kingston always take a chance. So I think the one downside in this match is actually Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger's
he always plays too safe.
Jack Swagger is the Kane character for this match. He's the catcher's mitt.
Exactly.
He's going to take some unenviable amount of shit off them ladders.
I mean, basically, Jack Swagger, when he came in, he was the All-American.
The All-American!
Exactly, yeah. And I think it was basically a shot at Kurt Angle, because he just jumped ship to TNA, and they basically gave him Kurt Angle's old gimmick, this American hero, amateur wrestling star, all this collegiate hero. And he was never as charismatic as Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle took
I've got
chances.
to admit, he's got better since they put Zeb with him.
Oh yeah, of course. But let's face it, 2 years into the WWF, Kurt Angle's doing moonsaults off the cage.
Yeah.
I can't remember a single high spot that Jack Swagger's done.
Yeah, because the Swagger Bomb doesn't count, mate.
Yeah, gut-wrench powerbomb. Yeah, it's a big move. It hurts like hell. Taking it, Grayson. Thanks, you prick.
Ryan, you bastard!
It's not a high spot, and you don't see Jack Swagger on any highlight reels.
No.
When you look at the sickest bumps, sickest finishes, he's just a kind of he's a good hand. He's a former world champion already, isn't he?
Yeah, he's already won Money in the Bank before.
Yeah, but they didn't do anything with him. If people forget, I had to double check just now. He's a former world champion. I knew he was the ECW world champion, but that doesn't count. It's like the IC title.
Well, put it this way: there is two people other than him who should have the spot in that match. One of them you're probably going to crap on. One you'll think is a good idea.
Yeah.
Sandow.
Uh-huh.
And The Miz.
Yeah, I can go with both of them. Definitely. Damien Sandow, yeah, he's definitely worthy of it. And The Miz, yeah, he's a former champion. He's been in there with the...
Yeah. In fact, I reckon that's the...
I'm not a Miz fan, but I appreciate what he does. I appreciate he's made a lot of improvements. He used to be a fucking idiot. He's still kind of an idiot. But he improved and he takes chances. When he needs to go all out, he goes all out.
Yeah.
And Miz is more believable than a Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
He'll get a reaction. People don't care about Jack Swagger.
Yeah. The other guy I'm noticing who's not on this card as yet, Big E.
Mm.
Another guy who's been on a bit of a hot streak.
Yeah.
But that's what the fifth match will be. I'm predicting what the fifth match will be that the WWE haven't announced yet. Big E and Rusev.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Right. So we need to make a decision on the contract match. Are you going to go? Are you saying Ziggler?
I'm going to go for the outside bet. I'm going to go Ziggler.
Yeah, because until Ambrose was in this match, I was going Rollins all the way.
They're taking each other out.
Yeah. I can see them fighting to the back or stretched
the
out
idea
or something.
Rollins and Ambrose will take each other out and then they'll feud all the way to SummerSlam.
Good call, good shout. So
Ziggler's going over.
Yep, Dolph Ziggler. Okay, cool. And that leaves us with
the process of elimination match.
The most epic ladder match in WWE history, as they're touting it.
Quote.
That comes from Triple H, the COO, talent.
Where the average weight's about 275.
Right, okay, we have, again, former Shield member Roman Reigns, John Cena, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, the United States Champion Sheamus, Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio, and the Demon Kane.
And one thing, it's if you look on WWE.com, I've just noticed something about the graphic. The two guys they show at the centre of the graphic are Reigns and Cesaro.
Doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Doesn't necessarily mean anything, but to see a match with Cena in it, where Cena's not one of the two middle guys.
And Orton. You know.
And Orton, you'd expect Cena and Orton in the middle.
For those who might have missed it, this past Monday night on Raw, Kane was added as the 8th man into the ladder match.
Raw had decided Del Rio's boring as buggery and unover, so he's not winning.
Yeah. And
Sheamus is United States champion and not as over as the rest of them. He's not winning.
Yeah. So that narrows it down to 6. Kane is a good hand and he's believable in there, but we don't think he's winning, not at this stage in his career.
No.
He's there to catch people. And he'll do some big spot. He'll do his flying clothesline off the top or something.
Yeah.
Take out the rest of them. So Kane ain't winning, which takes it out to 5.
I've got a technical way of a technical note that takes Wyatt out of the running. It does not suit his gimmick to win the belt in a ladder match.
Yeah. That doesn't work. It needs to be like a big time submission or make them pass out. Something. There's some kind of athleticism, like climbing a ladder and pulling the belt down.
Don't get me wrong, I can see a Sister Abigail from somewhere quite high, but
yeah, he won't be winning.
He won't be
a
winning
ladder match. He's more akin to winning a Hell in a Cell or an Elimination Chamber or maybe a cage if it's a escape through the door or a pinfall.
Yeah.
He's not going to climb over the top, but going through the door. Yeah. So,
which leaves us with Cena, Orton, Reigns and Cesaro.
Yeah. I don't think it's Orton because he's not as over as the other 3.
Yeah. And the other one, this might surprise you, but the other one I'm gonna eliminate now is Cesaro.
Yeah,
it's too soon.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Cesaro's fantastic, but you're right, it is too soon. I can see him maybe winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, either winning the Rumble or being involved at Survivor Series.
Yeah. I think that's when they'll start his push around Survivor Series. If he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, he'll do well in the Royal Rumble and get himself into the Elimination Chamber and maybe win the title there. I think he'll be in the title scene at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Which leaves us with Cena and Reigns.
Yeah. This is very, very difficult because they've been doing this thing with Roman Reigns about how he shouldn't even be in this match in the first place, but Vicky Guerrero allowed him to have a match, and if he won, he got a spot in the match and he won, and then Triple H and Steph said, no, you shouldn't have had that match, but we didn't want him in there in the first place, and it's too... The authority, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, are too anti-Roman Reigns.
Mm.
It's too predictable for him to win. With Stone Cold, I mean, yeah, I was a kid at the time, but even watching it back, there was things there that were obstacles, like there was the corporation, or the corporate ministry, depending on when the feud was going on. So like, take the 1999 Royal Rumble, for example, right? Vince McMahon was in number 1, Stone Cold was in number 2. Right, stacking the odds really against him, everyone's rooting for Stone Cold. The corporation pulled him out, they beat him up, they sent him to the hospital, and he comes back, and blah, 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 and he doesn't end up winning. Great swerve, yeah, Vince McMahon won the Royal Rumble, yeah, that's a horrible tarnish on the Royal Rumble legacy, but it made you want to see Austin go to WrestleMania that much more, and I think it's a similar thing with Roman Reigns. Something's going to happen where he's not going to win that title. I think Cena is going to win the WWE World title.
Yeah. Put it this
way,
I
don't have a problem
as
with
much, I do have a problem with it.
But let me hear me out. Roman Reigns has got such a good showing in this match. I could see Cena's first title defence being against Roman Reigns.
And put it this way, they should save it for... No, I reckon they should at least let Cena get through one pay-per-view. Because putting the title on Cena for a month, because you put Reigns against Cena one-on-one, to make it believable and suspend the disbelief and keep the idea of gimmicks going, Reigns should bulldozer him.
And that's good. Thing is, Cena can do that because he's John Cena, he's the poster boy, he's the company guy through and through. He doesn't need the belt. Hello. Xbox making noises. He doesn't need the belt, but they need someone with credibility, and Cena is more over than Randy Orton right now. This is another testing the waters thing, I think, to see how much the fans really get behind Roman Reigns. And if they're really right behind him at the ladder match, they're going to want to see him and Cena at the next pay-per-view. And that's where you put the belt in. Because Cena can take that loss 1 month in. It doesn't make Cena look weak by any stretch. It doesn't make the belt look weak because, he won it it was a vacant title because Daniel Bryan's injured. He won it in a ladder match, so no one got pinned or submitted for it. And then you're beaten by the better man. There's nothing wrong with, in a straight one-on-one match, I can beat you because we've never faced each other one-on-one, especially for the title. And I think that is a very smart way of doing it because it gets... And how big does it make Roman Reigns look immediately? His first title win is against John Cena.
Yeah. And fair enough, but it's just... Put it this way, it's such a high when they put the belt on Bryan.
Yeah.
People are wanting something new. They're wanting that new thing and everything like that, and they seem to be leaning more towards what people actually want these days.
That's true.
Which makes me think, Christ, you've got it. Because I mean, that's... If anything, Reigns is ready for me.
Yeah, but he's definitely ready. And I think the office thinks that as well. Triple H and Seth and Vince, they think he's ready as well. Otherwise, we wouldn't put him in this position. But are the audience ready for him? And that's what they're testing at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
How much are they behind him? Like Daniel Bryan, previously, and that's why I think putting it on Cena is a better idea because Orton has only recently had the belt earlier this year. When was the last time Cena had the belt?
Pass.
He hasn't had it since he's been the undisputed title.
No, because there's only been 2 champions.
No, there hasn't.
Yeah, Orton and Bryan.
Yeah, alright, fine. But what I'm saying is, it was Cena and Orton, WWE versus World title, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was, last October? September?
Yeah.
Nearly a year since Cena won the belt. A lot can happen in wrestling in a year. And Cena, while it's John Cena, it would be a refresher because he's not up the authority's ass. You know, he's not Seth Rollins, he's not Randy Orton, and he's not Kane.
Hang on.
And the kids still love John Cena. He still sells merchandise.
Hang on. I know I picked Ziggler, but here's a massive outside bet.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins is leaving Money in the Bank with the World Heavyweight title.
That's an interesting way. So you think Cena could win the title and then Rollins cash in immediately?
Yeah.
That's very very good. I like that. If Ziggler doesn't, if Rollins wins the contract match, he's winning the title that night.
Yeah.
If Ziggler wins, they're going to hold off on it.
If Ziggler wins, Ziggler's cashing in somewhere around... I reckon they pull the swerve on Ziggler. It's going to be... Here's a bold prediction. Ziggler-Cesaro for the main event of Mania. Ziggler working as the heel.
Let's focus on Money in the Bank. This is going...
This is the problem with us in wrestling. We get going.
This is going far longer than I wanted it to. Right, final prediction. Go. The title match.
You're saying Cena, so I've got to say Reigns.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I do say John Cena.
I think it probably will be Cena, but I'd like to see it be Reigns.
I'd like it too, but because, I think I know what.
Put it this way, even though it's not been since last September, I'm still sick of seeing the belt on Cena. I'm sick of seeing the belt on Orton. I'm sick of seeing Cena full stop.
Fair enough.
You know, that's it. His work has improved a hell of a lot. I mean, he took there on Raw. He took the press into the European uppercut that Cesaro does.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best ones I've seen taken in WWE.
And who took it?
Cena.
There you go.
He's improved, but put it this way, his work's improved, but he's not Edge. He's not Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. All right.
We need that sort of guy back.
Okay.
Hence, Rollins Ziggler.
Yeah, and that's why I think the testing the field, because they know he can do it. How much are the fans behind him?
Yeah.
Is the Yes Movement gonna get behind this former Shield member? And I think they will.
Yeah, because I reckon what may happen though is if they put the belt on Cena, there is the slight risk that the crowd will crap all over it. And if the crowd do crap all over it, turn the fucker heel.
No, they won't do that, but if they crap all over it, then you know who's right there to challenge for the belt.
Yeah,
the guy
next
who's
night,
been doing it for the entire match, Roman freaking Reigns.
Next night on Raw, here comes a guy with a briefcase. That's what's happening. If they crap all over it,
No, next night on Raw, here's what you do. If they crap all over it, John Cena comes out with the belts. He calls out Roman Reigns. You know, you give me a run for my money last night. You should have lot of heart. I want my first time as champion. I get decided my first time matches against, and I want it to be against you. You get Cena back over as a face. He's giving the fans what they want, and the fans get what they want in Roman Reigns challenging for the title, and then you have Reigns go over. Cena can command a crowd. When he's doing a promo, they boo the shit out of him when he comes out, but when he starts going,
unless it's the night after Mania,
well, yeah,
which is when they shout, "Honky tonk man, honky tonk man."
Yeah, well, that's a whole different kettle of fish. So yeah, this has been the R Squared Studios predicts WWE Money in the Bank. This should be up on Saturday, so before the pay-per-view. If not Saturday, then Sunday, but it's be up before the pay-per-view. So anything that is right, you haven't just recorded something and put it up afterwards, you know. Alright, thanks for joining us, and we're live.
Toodles.